Okay, it is June 11th, 2019 at 9 o'clock, and we will call the Floyd County Board of Supervisors regular meeting to order. First item on our agenda is to approve our agenda.
I'll move to approve.
And I'll second that.
Been moved and seconded to approve our agenda as presented. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion carries. Item 2 is public comment.
We're slim
we are-
today.
Yeah, I'm Bob today.
Glad to see you. Item 3, review action regarding approval of May 28th and June 3rd, 2019 meeting minutes.
And I did have a chance to review those, and I will make a motion to approve May 23rd and May 28th and June 3rd, 2019 meeting minutes.
And I'll second.
Okay, been moved and seconded to approve May 28th and June 3rd meeting minutes. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Item 4, review action regarding approval of claims. We've received them electronically.
Yeah, and I'll go ahead and move to approve the claims.
And I'll second that.
Been moved and seconded to approve the claims as presented. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Item 5, review action regarding Snyder Geospatial Professional Services Agreement for assessment layers and sales search tools. This is what we talked about yesterday with Gary.
So the main thing too on this is that whether or not we're approving for it to come out of our general fund, correct?
That'd be a good part of the motion, yeah.
Okay. Then I'll go ahead and make a motion to approve the Schneider Geospatial Professional Services Agreement for adding those assessment layers for use by not just the assessor's office, but I think for others. And I would also, in that motion, approve taking this out of our general fund.
And I'll second that.
Okay, been moved and seconded to approve Snyder Geospatial Professional Services Agreement and to use the funds from our general fund to pay for it.
And to make sure I'm clear on that, Linda, you included that we would put it in so that it could be available to the people who pay the fee, is that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I think it's
I
a great
agree.
tool. I mean, if we're gonna offer it, let's offer it.
Right, absolutely.
Okay,
Okay.
after additional discussion, we'll add to the motion that it be available to our subscribers.
Yeah.
Paid users.
Okay. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Item 6, review action regarding Solutions Inc. contracts for license code support agreement, IBM iServer management and managed services. And again, this was a discussion yesterday.
Yeah, and with that, we talked about maintaining the silver level, and I understand the reasoning behind that, and I think that's a good position to take at this time. So at this point, I'll make a motion that we approve the contract license code support agreement with for the IBM server management and managed services through Solutions at the silver level.
I'll second.
Been moved and seconded to continue our contract with Solutions at the silver level for the license code support agreement, IBM iServer management and managed services. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye, motion carries. Item 7, review action regarding resolution number 23-19, public purpose service by county department fiscal year 20. And that resolution is in your packet.
This is, several of the resolutions on here are ones that we do at the end of the year. And,
Yeah, the fiscal year.
yeah, so we thought we didn't have a lot of agenda items, so
Mhm.
we felt like we could put them on this one rather than waiting till the 25th. And so this one is basically saying that your fiscal year 20 budget, that what you budgeted for economic development purposes are, you know, they are intended for a public purpose and economic development.
I'll go ahead and make a motion to approve Resolution 23-19.
And I'll second that.
And moved and seconded to approve Resolution 23-19, Public Purpose Service by County Department Fiscal Year 20. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Item 8, review action regarding resolution number 24-19, fiscal year 20 budget appropriations. This is another housekeeping.
Yep. This is, I did this assuming you were going to approve at 100%.
Yeah, see that. Yeah, years ago, the board, and I think when I was first on, we approved 80%, is that right? And then later through the year, then we would approve, or 90% was it?
90%.
90% was it?
Done
Yeah.
it
Some
wrong.
percentage.
But, yeah, there's really, we look at the budget all year long, so. With that, I will make a motion to approve Resolution 24-19.
And I'll second.
Been moved and seconded to approve resolution 24-19, fiscal year 20 budget appropriations. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Item 9, review action regarding EBS health/dental-flex administrative forms.
Okay, so these forms are just for our fiscal year 20 year, and these are for rates that you've, the rates that in these documents are what were used to come up with what our premiums are going to be for services. So we have the EBS third-party administrator agreement, and then there's some addendum type agreements that has those fees that have been set with them. I have had these documents for a while, but because of the email that you all had received from Frank regarding the Two Rivers.
Two Rivers,
bank
I was gonna
accounts,
say,
bank
because
accounts.
of that.
I held on to these for, I've had them for probably about 3 weeks because wanted to meet
Yeah.
pull a meeting together with Elizabeth from Gardner Thompson, Frank, and our EBS people.
Okay.
And so we did that last Monday,
Okay.
had that meeting. Elizabeth is fine with having these Two Rivers accounts. We do have, none of that has to really do with this, but I just didn't want to, I just wanted to, before you did these, make sure we have that issue resolved. And so there were 2 options that came up through that meeting, but everything was keeping the accounts where they're at. It's just internally how we want to do things, because when we're doing claims, we're doing payment for that estimated balance for the partial self-funding component of the plan, as well as the flex amounts that employees haven't used yet, and maybe they will use, maybe they won't use. And so those are the unknown costs that we are cutting a claim for and sending that along with the Wellmark payment and the administrative fees and the Delta Dental premiums. We're sending that all in a combined check. And so the 2 options that we have would either that we continue doing the combined check like we have, and then do an adjustment for what actual expenses end up being on those two Rivers accounts, or that we do a check for the actual costs, and then Frank does a treasurer's check for the unknown. I mean, he would send the payments, but it would just, what happens is it looks like we're doubling up on expenses with those, because we're sending a check for the estimated amount, but what happens in Two Rivers is the actual amount. And so we've got 2 options there. Frank's on board with this.
That was my question.
Yeah, he's on board. Just internally, we have to figure out which
Good.
way to go. And I think he's gonna go with the treasurer's check side, but, and so we just left it up with, Frank, you let us know when you're ready to do it. I did follow up with him yesterday and said, we'll likely have our next payment will be next week, so we need to know which way to go.
So-
And this will be something that will be taken care of between the auditor and treasurer's office, or are we, as the board of supervisors, still got to be involved in this somehow
I-
with a decision?
I think it's just internally how we make
Yeah.
it happen.
I-
I don't
that's
think it
fine.
needs to be anything at the board of supervisors level. I think his issues with the board level were just originally having that account,
Right.
and,
But he's resolved it,
Yeah,
that
I'm glad
issue,
it's-
and with,
yeah.
I'm glad he's
Good.
okay with this.
And on the call, the Two Rivers people said if you want to do a bank account somewhere else, or the EBS people said if you want to do an account somewhere else, you can do an account somewhere
Mhm.
else, but they still have to, the process is going to be the same, and they're still going to be, because of administrative agreements, they still have to pull those dollars and track that for the benefits side of those employees, so, so whether it's, the one thing that Frank did say is that he gets a higher interest rate at First Security, what he's negotiated there compared to,
Sure.
I think Two Rivers pays like 0.15% interest, and he gets a much better deal there. So, I mean, I guess that's another option. I mean, that's a different issue, but if he wants to switch banks, he can do that too. But administratively, we still have to figure out which way, of the two options for that side of it, which way
Right.
to go. And either could be done, it's just working it out.
good. Yeah, because I think at one time he was, the part of the conversation I had with him was he was concerned about who had control of that account or whatever, but that's all been clarified.
He's-
Liz talked to all of us on that.
Yeah, I
you know,
thought,
And I
yeah.
knew that he,
Yes.
you know, so
Yes.
I certainly had several conversations too on it.
And that's where Elizabeth, well, through the call with all of the parties involved, that's where EBS said, you know, if you want it there, that's fine. He has everything, since November, he's been able to pull those bank statements.
Good, so he's got visibility that he
yeah.
wanted.
Yeah.
He really had.
Elizabeth's primary concern was that he needs to be reporting that on the semi-annual report
Right.
as well, so.
And when my conversation with him was, I didn't have the solution, I wanted him to come up with, or between you and him and EBS
See, and
and,
I was the same way.
Yeah.
It was like, just
Yeah.
figure it out.
and let us know
Let
what
us
we
know
need
how
to do
how
as
it
a
ends
board,
up.
right?
What's gonna make you happy?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But okay, good,
Yeah.
good, sounds like it's clarified at this point, and if something more comes up, we'll
Good.
have to
Yeah,
deal with
I
it.
think, I mean, feel free if you want to call him in and ask him any questions. But from that meeting, I think we're good. Actually, I just followed up yesterday with him, and he's still trying to, in his mind, try to think which way would be the better way to go. But I think we're good with it.
Well, and I think this is something if it needs to be approved today, we should approve anyhow.
Exactly, this is
Regardless
what's
of
happening
how
in
the
July
rest of it-
1.
right.
This needs
He
to
wouldn't,
go.
even if it was switching banks or anything like that, it's irrelevant to this part of it. I just didn't want to do this without having some answers to you on.
Well, with that, I want to make a motion that we approve the Employee Benefits Systems Third-Party Administration Service Agreement that has been presented to us.
And I'll second.
Okay, been moved and seconded to approve the health dental flex administration forms with the EBS. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carried. Item 10, review action regarding the annual appropriation to the emergency management fund, which is typically $50,000.
Yeah, and I did, where I got it. Yeah, I think you can, there's been times where the board of supervisors haven't approved it, moving all of it or a portion of it. I think it's
There was
very
nothing
appropriate to do
happened
that.
on this one, so.
Yeah, no, I had a note with the fund balance, and I think it's like 72,000 or something like that. So I think it's very appropriate to do your full 50,000. I had recommended,
All right.
or had budgeted.
I'll make a motion then to approve an annual appropriation to the emergency management fund of $50,000.
And I'll second that.
Been moved and seconded to approve the annual appropriation of $50,000 to the emergency management fund. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Motion carries. We need Dusty here for the next one?
No,
Secondary roads. Okay.
no, these are what's budgeted.
I
These
guess
are,
is Dusty here today?
I think so.
Okay. Item 11, review action regarding resolution 25-19, interfund transfer from rural services fund to the secondary roads fund.
So this is what was budgeted for fiscal year 19 to transfer from rural services, and then the next item is to transfer from general fund.
Mhm.
This is what Dusty talks about, that we do the 75% minimum transfer is where this comes from. And
But this is the number that was in the
That's what was in the
budget,
budget.
the 19 budget.
Yep.
With that, I'm going to make a motion to approve resolution 25-19.
All right, and I will second.
Okay, been moved and seconded to approve resolution 25-19, interfund transfer from the rural service fund to the secondary roads fund. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item 12, review action regarding resolution 26-19, interfund transfer from general services fund to secondary roads fund.
And again, same thing, correct, as far as the amounts?
Yep.
Yeah. I'll move to approve resolution 26-19.
And I will second that.
Been moved and seconded to approve resolution 26-19, interfund transfer from general services fund to secondary road fund.
Just clarification, that is general basic fund, actually. Is it still general service? Is that interchangeable? Okay. That's fine. Sorry, Doug.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carried. Item 13, review action regarding resolution 27-19, financial reporting / capitalization policy, GASB 34. And you talked about this, we might not be ready.
Yeah, it is not ready yet. I didn't get an opportunity to follow up with Elizabeth yesterday. I thought this was going to be just a fairly simple thing. We have a 2005, I think, policy that was approved, and it's a one-pager, barely a one-pager. And I thought it was just going to be plugging in some numbers. I did get some sample resolutions from a few other counties, and they're 4-page documents. And so I just want to make sure we're
Ours is
doing
a
what
paragraph.
Elizabeth.
Sounds fine.
What's that?
Ours is a paragraph.
Ours is, yeah, hardly a paragraph.
Did you want to table that?
I would say table it. We do need to get it done this fiscal year, so if you table it until the 25th.
So do we actually have to take action to table it, or if we just don't
I would-
take action, will it be tabled automatically?
Well, if you table something, you have to specify the date that you're
I was gonna
tabling
say.
it to. So that kind of does bind us that we have to do it next
Okay.
Yeah.
meeting, because we do have to, because for the fiscal year 19 audit, we need to have this updated.
Well, I will make a motion to table the action on resolution 27-19 until the June 25th meeting.
I'll second.
Okay, been moved and seconded to table resolution 27-19 to our next meeting. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Motion carries.
Dusty.
Yes, Steve.
He sent us a text, I guess I don't know if he, I haven't heard anything, or if he's still.
We have this mysterious thing happening with our phones. Dusty used to be extension 1102. Alice said he's 1106.
Engineer's office?
Hey, this is Doug Tam, is Dusty around today?
Oh, yeah, he just left the office, so
Oh.
hoping he's up.
He'll be
going
here.
towards you.
Thanks.
Thanks, bye.
This come to work today, or yesterday, and there's some phones up in the sheriff's office that extensions are,
They just all changed.
extensions changed.
Well, the FSA office, I got a call from there this morning, came up with some weird number, some 426 number. And Janelle was saying that, all ones, the incoming calls are the same, but the outgoing calls, so if people aren't answering, we always think they're telemarketers, you know.
Yeah.
But all of us, he just said, and nobody knows why.
Into that.
Good morning, Dusty.
Hey, Item 14, discussion with county engineer regarding secondary road activities.
The shortest meeting you guys ever had.
You weren't expecting this.
All right.
I haven't broke my record yet, 21 minutes.
And we took action. quite a bit.
You could be done right.
If you'd have been here, we'd have been close.
Well, probably the biggest news is, I mean, bridge deck was poured on 170th last week, so that's good.
How did the road survive?
It was held up sort of good. I mean, we had the motivator on nearby just in case, and I don't know, they touched up a little bit as it went, but 30 loads of concrete, did its damage enough to.
They're starting to
But it
come
did
around.
really well.
Yeah.
They're still, well, the dirt's just gonna get dispersed in the gravel now. That's
Yeah,
gonna
right.
happen.
So, I mean, that's good, and then we'll, gonna continue moving with Blazic, come in there doing the dirt work and rip wrap, and we gotta repair some stuff from the floods last year. So that'll continue, which is good, and we'll hopefully get that done and get the heck out of there. Then after that, they're gonna be moving over to the bridge north of the one that's closed over to the fairgrounds of Mile 195th. They'll be running that same contract, Henkel will be going over to that.
That
Start
bridge
that.
is already gone. You
Yeah,
guys
yeah.
took that
So
out.
when is the bridge gonna be completed to where people can drive on it?
We're still under closure right now because we gotta move a bunch of dirt and riprap in there, and once that's done, we still got seeding, so.
Look,
um,
what kind of guardrails you got on?
There's two corners, I think the two corners, I think it's the
It's
southeast.
not Ford guardrail.
Right, the barrier rails, they're actually, we still gotta do the barrier rail, which is on the side of the bridge.
Yeah,
That's
'cause I haven't
open
seen
rail.
it done.
Their door mark's supposed to be there today, tying steel.
Okay.
And then when they tie the steel, then they'll pour those, and then after that, then you have the guardrail. I think there's two corners that can approach guardrail, I'm pretty sure, not all four. So that usually gets done in half a day either way.
So it's a week, 2 weeks?
Oh, no, it's a little longer, it's gonna be longer than that. We still gotta get Blazic in there. They got about, I would say, I think working days wise, they were okay. I think the last one I just signed, I think there's still been 20 working days, which would be a month.
Right.
So we still got repair work from the floods last year and the
Right.
dirt work, which would have been good if they didn't have that, but you're gonna add that on top of it and repair a couple spots and move some dirt. Then, get the riprap in place in time and then seed it too, so.
So we're looking at the second week of July.
Oh, I would definitely say you're
Third week of
talking,
July.
if you go 20 working days is a month, because you only go 5 days a week to
Right,
get a charge, so you're talking that, I would say, I don't wanna say it's gonna be done by the 4th, but,
No.
because then it wouldn't be done, and then you're like, oh, you said
I
it
just
would
hear
be.
people ask, and that's why I
Yeah,
just
yeah,
wanted to
yeah.
find out. which
I would
ones.
say you've got a month's worth of working days, so that means a month, and you got rain days in
Okay.
between there, you don't charge, so
So
you
we're
can say
looking
by
at
the end
maybe
of
the
July.
third week of July.
Yeah, I would
easily.
say, hopefully it's all done, wrapped up and completed by then, but until we get everything moving, and it depends on weather too. So,
Lock you to a day, I think.
yeah, I know, I hate saying that too, usually people ask me, I say Christmas every time,
Well,
so it's just
We
like,
know that
And
just
we
with
do
the
have-
pouring of it.
yeah, I mean, that just one
Look
last,
how long that took.
yeah, yeah. I don't
And we
think-
do have the 4th of July in there too, and.
Yeah, you
So
guys get
that's,
the holiday
you know,
there,
people,
and lose a day and.
It's probably gonna rain a little bit.
Yeah, I probably will, I mean, that's the way it's going, but, and then we're talking probably contract rock. I mean, they're out there hauling spot rock, we're out there blading, I've had a few calls, I know Mrs. Ritter up in that neck of the woods up there, she's called. I talked to her last week again, and, they're getting rock here, but I'm not getting rock here, and I understand that, but you're not gonna understand if you put rock on mud, you're just gonna have muddy rock, and so it needs to heal more, but, so we did haul some rock up there on 120th is where her concern was, and I don't know that it really helped, but at least we made the effort to try to put some rock there to see if it would help. A few calls here and there. Roswell are still out there, still healing, and so we're blading and hauling rock, and Tim's gonna call, see if we can get contract rock started. If we can get that going, it's a lot simpler to haul with their trucks rock to the road than just spot rock a truck here, spot rock a truck there, because it doesn't go very far.
are we guessing we have all the frost out finally?
I would think
I wouldn't be
frost
100%
out, but I
sure.
don't know. I
Really?
mean, it's still the water underneath there is got to get somewhere. So if the frost is gone, that's good. It's still got to
You get
dissipate
something
somewhere.
that's covered, and it wouldn't surprise me to dig into the middle of a stockpile, dirt pile, and find frost in there yet.
Yeah.
It's
So,
amazing.
it's gonna take a while, and we're just gonna keep putting rock on the roads. That's all we can do. Quality of rock is a lot better here than my Chickasaw rock. It's a little softer over there. Boy, you can tell the difference. So, and then you guys signed the plans for B47. That's the west of by the Fossil Prairie Park. We'll have that letting in 2 weeks from today.
Where's B7?
B47. That's the one that goes west of Rockford by the Fossil Ferry Park, right to the county line.
it's-
So we're gonna let that one, that'll be, we'll see how that goes, and see how prices are. There's a concrete patch cell for the city of Rudd that's on T26. That is a bad structure for about 500 feet, so we're working on plans right now just to close the road and tear it out and put in for that 500-foot stretch there.
That's
South of the bridge,
isn't it?
yeah. Just before you start going up the hill, so it's one of those, it's like, you band-aid enough, but it's falling to pieces, so we gotta do something there.
Now, like on something like that, will the road be totally closed both lanes?
Yeah, we thought about doing one lane, but as simple as it is, it's just close it down. You can get somebody in there to tear it out in a, a couple days, get it ready in a couple days,
Right.
and pave it, and then you open it back up, and we'll just detour around on T24. But we're not there yet, we're working on those numbers right now, I got Brian working on that. Patching on Underwood has been moving along really good, I think the patches ride really good.
They have been really good.
Yeah.
The crew.
The hardest part about it is they want to go faster than the setup I have for them. It's not like, the next time I think we do it, I think we'll do is either pilot cars or close 1 mile at a time and use the automated stoplights,
Right, right.
But there again, pilot cars work good if you can do a mile or two at a time because they just want to fly. And I said, you guys, we only have set up for 2. And even there, the sight distance isn't very good. You got to stop and make sure there's no cars
It
coming.
isn't, I mean,
You
where you're
didn't
at
bid
right
it with
now,
pilot cars,
I
though.
worry
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah, I know.
They're right there by Quaid's, and I was going on it last night, it was like, man, you just pray
Just
there's
keep
not a
moving on,
car
yeah.
coming.
But that's why people stopping wouldn't be like you're going, because both have to stop.
Yeah,
Right.
That you're not gonna be going at 60 miles, 65 mile an hour before you realize it. So you're stopping and you should be starting to go slowly, but
right.
you can't teach, how people should be driving, I guess, so. So that's going good. They're up there rip rapid doing some finished work on that Victory box culvert that we did last year at the very end. Some erosion control there.
I see this staking out right away for crop encroachment.
Yeah, so there was a couple spots there that I actually haven't done a letter yet, but there's a couple of locations that we went out and staked the right of way. They were creeping on, across one row on the right of way, that's like we got more important stuff to worry about. But when they were like 5 rows, then it kind of, you're keeping too close to the, so Brian went out and staked that, I had him stake that, and then I have actually, so I set my desk, because that was at the end of the week last week. Or it was the first part of last week, yeah. And then I sent a letter to a couple people just to say, hey, we marked it, don't do it. But anyways,
There's some of them out there, if it weren't for power poles, they'd be out at the center line.
Yeah.
yeah, I know.
Serious?
Yeah.
Well, and we talked the other day about people taking terraces out, but they're trying to make money, they're trying to survive.
Yeah.
It's not an easy
Some of the
time to
operations are
farm.
taking away some of the grass waterways and stuff.
Your farm and ground is not yours.
Yeah, you're not.
Yeah, no, I understand that, Doug, I do. But it's tough.
How can you
Yeah.
justify
A
that?
lot of them are farming through waterways too, which I'm
No,
not a
you
farmer
can't.
by any means, and really those are, hopefully, are there, if you have some grass, hopefully it slows it down some or whatever, but even there, so much rain this weekend it doesn't, so, I don't know. The compactor was delivered last week out at the fairgrounds.
Okay, great.
They'll be coming tomorrow to hook it up. So they'll be here, I think, 8:30. We'll be out there with our, slide one off, do this, and then whatever, and then they'll take a little bit to hook up electricity. So they're gonna be there at 8:30.
The old compactor not operational anymore, it's gone?
No, it's still there.
No,
It's
still
just-
there.
I think that the transition is gonna
Yeah.
be tomorrow. It's gonna be,
Okay.
they're gonna take the old one out of there, boom, and slide the new one in.
Because it physically goes in the same spot.
Yeah, yep. So that will be hopefully done by tomorrow and be paying that bill somewhere.
Question, the trailer with all the cones and the signs and everything, is that county, does county own that?
Yes, I believe so. I don't, yeah.
I was still on our Hayfield yesterday, and that's why I was just wondering, because they moved everything else, but that was still there, I'm sure it's great.
I'm sure they've been moving around, we haven't been, so they're
Right, okay.
moving where they need to.
But I
guess.
thought, I know you were just curious as
Yeah.
if that was county owned.
Yeah, we have
Okay.
that whole double setup is for all of our stuff. And in our bid, we said we'll provide the 2
Right.
double setups,
Right.
or the 2 setups. So usually they just shuffle it down the road, so. Oh, I don't really know anything else. sheet of road rock.
I did tell the board we're tabling that capitalization resolution.
Oh, okay. Oh, the one you talked
Yeah,
about?
I got some sample ones that are 4 pages long,
Oh.
so I wanted to talk with Elizabeth and make sure.
Yeah, she was-
I got the
keep me posted on.
Dusty pulled up the DOT thresholds for me.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I don't think I have anything else. I see you guys got anything, was, say, keep blading roads. I mean, the thing is, you blade a road, and I've had this in both counties come up, and then, he was just here yesterday, he didn't blade enough, because it's bad, and I'm like, you understand that you blade it once, and we have 80+ miles per motor grader district, that he can't be there the next day again. And because someone came down the road with a semi, or a grain truck, or whatever, and rutted it back up,
Yeah.
we can't jump back there. I mean, jumping around, hopscotching around doesn't do the system good. You have to go back to where you started the second round, or to start the second round, and go. And if someone comes down here and lets it, I mean, it's not like it was as water beddy, soft as it was before. There's still frost bows that we're trying to blade those and try to get some rock to those spots. But when someone goes and does that, I can't just shift and say, hey, you need to get back over to 130th, because, well, I was just there 2 days ago,
Right.
and we're still out there. The roads are getting damaged, and we don't have 20 motor graders, we have 9 roads. In fact, up there, our spare motor grader went up there and helped with some of the roads in the northeast, because that's for the most part, bad roads were.
Problems.
Yeah.
But
And
I
I
was,
don't know if people understand that. I mean, I said, we can't,
I haven't had any more calls recently. I mean, there for a while.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
2 weeks ago,
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
brought it up, I was like, everybody is just,
Yeah.
when's it gonna happen?
Yeah.
But they just need to be patient.
and they've been up there with, we've been hauling rock up in that northeast, because I was bad in that area, but we have 2 motor graders up there going and blading off and putting some rock in there, and we need to get the contract rock down, and they're gonna continue to blade, so. Yeah, the call I had was, actually the one I'm referencing specifically was in Chickasaw County, not here, but it was the same thing. He was here yesterday, and then they said that, and then, so I talked to the motor grader operator. He said, well, there's a sand pit right there, and the minute I went by and did this and level off, I went to the next thing, and I'm not going back there tomorrow, because I'm moving back to the second round. They're hauling sand on the sand pit right there. There's a sand pit right there, and so what they're doing is coming down the road, and they're hauling dump trucks of sand, and I can't go back there. I mean, not until they get back there on the regular road. It's tough. So,
yeah, and I was on some gravels over by Rockford Rudd area, and, the minute they get wet, they're gonna be a mess again.
yeah,
I mean,
That's why-
gravel, the road surface just isn't there,
yeah.
so,
And I'm thinking that's why let's get contract rock hauling.
yeah.
Can't do anymore. It's a lot easier for them to haul the rock than for us to have a truck in each district to try to, because you can't get far enough ahead. So,
Just a note, it says you're starting mowing this week on the hard surfaces, the shoulders. Do you do that at a certain point? Is there a date? Does this?
no, I think we're behind us a little bit. If you look at the shoulders, they're ironic.
Usually-
I mowed my grass the other day for the second time this year, and they're like, second time this year? I said, yeah, I've been really, my grass has been long in my yard. So you can just imagine the shoulders are just that bad.
The motor grader is the guy that mows the grass, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
The gravel roads,
You're gonna
yes.
pull
On the
them
gravel
off the
roads,
motor
the motor grader.
Well,
has
that's
to
a
mow
hard
the road.
thing.
Yeah.
And so we'll shift somebody in there for the hard surface mowing though. But the motor grader guys will typically do and they may do the hard surface too. It's kind of our manpower type thing, whatever works. But typically by code of Iowa, there's the rule of not supposed to mow until July.
Nesting
15th.
season.
Yeah, I thought there was.
But that is, you can mow earlier if you say safety reasons, so we mow the one swath. I mean, we don't go right away to right
Right,
away.
you
like
just-
DOT. We do the one swath in both counties, and it's for protection though, so you can see the deer.
I
So
came
that's why
down
you can go
Underwood.
ahead of that July
See the deer.
15th.
Yeah, I came down Underwood one, just Sunday night maybe, or Saturday night at dusk, and the deer that I slowed down for just
I know,
continue moving
and I
around.
laugh when you say it, because that's exactly what's happened to me too. I mean, we went down to Allison over the weekend, I can't tell you how many times,
Oh.
the grass is so tall,
Yes,
and all of a sudden, there they
Yeah,
are.
there's a body
Just
right
show
there.
up.
And so that's one of the reasons, but I messaged you, and not that it's more, but my father-in-law's up in Mayo. So he got helicoptered up there Friday night, Saturday morning,
Oh,
like
I'm
at
so
midnight.
sorry.
He's doing good now, but we just gotta go through other stuff, so keep it short, but yeah, going up 2 in the morning, 1 in the morning,
Right.
all the way to
Yeah.
Rochester.
Right.
I've never seen so many deers and cats.
They're all.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
That's
the
where
most I've
we were
ever
coming.
seen.
I've got a daughter who lives up there, that's where we're coming from.
Driven that in the middle of the night and it gets foggy up there in some of the spots.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
Speaking
So-
of the mowing, did the Martha and Janet happen to show you the letter?
I called
that
and
the
left a
supervisor
message for the lady.
Did they?
It's not us, I don't know who it was.
Well, it was,
See, the
looks like in front of
25th.
the quarry.
May 25th is Corey, and there's a guy that lives in a house right there, he mows all his ditches.
I bet it was him then.
Yeah, and so I left a message, we had a claim, did they know about it?
Mhm.
The guy opened it yesterday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that certified thing,
From Win
it's
Street.
from Windstream, wherever, and so I just called her just now, and I left a message, I said, okay, May 25th, that was a Saturday, which we wouldn't have been working, and we have not had the mowers out. So it could be an adjacent landowner that did it, or whatever, so I
Where's
said,
it?
because it's right by
Where
that,
is it?
west
It's
of,
in front of the quarry,
Right by
the
the-
Win Street cable.
the
guy.
Maxon Quarry, west of Marble Rock, you go
It
2
didn't-
miles.
It
and
didn't
on
have
the side is the quarry.
a amount in the claim, did
It didn't
it?
have not, it had an address, so that when you pull up the address doesn't actually exist. But it's right there by the quarry, or
Yeah,
there's a quarry
it's
there.
right, the Maxon Quarry.
Yeah.
And so,
And the guy who lives right there also mows all the ditches. So I just said, I claim I'm not paying that because
Yeah.
we have not been out.
Here's the envelope, it came in as certified mail.
Yeah. So I left a message right now and then told her to call back if I was there to talk to Martha, so. And
It's
they
interesting,
can provide
comment
more
about,
information.
about who runs your mowers though, which I didn't realize that your motor grader. So you gotta decide which you work on today is, do you mow or do you
That was
go out
what I-
and work on gravel roads?
And it's 100% what I brought up yesterday to the board chick, so, and I said the same thing, I said, well, you're gonna get mowing out, or how about the Durapatcher? And I'm like, do you want the gravel roads fixed, or do you want me to worry about grass?
Right.
Right now, the roads are what we need to be concentrated, and they agreed, they were fine with that. I said, right now, that's what we gotta stick with. Now, if we got one free, and actually, I had, because it was Lawler Days coming up, so I had one more go over for their parade route, northwest of Lawler. And so he asked, could I keep them going? I said, well, if you don't need them right now, and we've got other things, rock being delivered, then just keep them going on the hard surface. So we'll get around on the hard surface way before the gravel road.
Slow down on the hard surface and watch for deer.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think I like 7 cats that day, too. Cats were crazy.
Just say cats.
Yeah.
I don't see cats.
Oh my gosh, I've never seen that many cats out. I love that.
They black.
No, I couldn't.
I had a, I had a,
There are more
Cats.
in the United States than any other species,
I believe it.
bird,
Yeah.
people.
I have a
Some
bunch in my house.
neighborhoods have,
Let me
some
look for
neighborhoods
kittens.
have
I
more
got,
cats than people.
I got 11 kittens in my back my yard, so.
I had a horse come up out of a ditch one time by McIntyre
Wanna
that
hit that?
scared me, so.
But we'll keep plugging on projects and keep you guys posted and stuff like that. Other than that, just keep blading roads.
Okay.
Sounds good.
And my schedule's all screwy too, sorry. It's gonna be depending what happens up
That's too
north.
bad.
and all
Well,
that.
good
At least
luck.
Hopefully, gonna get his gallbladder removed. It was a gallstone that blocked everything and back up his pancreas, gallbladder, and got an infection in there, and
How old is he?
gonna be 80 July 1st.
Yeah, that's so sad. Anyway, well, good luck on that.
Thank you, yeah, I'll just keep you guys posted. I'll be around off and on, who knows what goes on. So I'm here all day today, though, and Thursday, Friday, whatever. Thank you.
All right,
Yep.
See ya, good luck.
Thanks.
See ya.
I'll move to
Thank you.
adjourn.
And I'll second.
We're adjourned.